Imagine a world where everything you thought was true wasn't. A signal from the stars shatters humanity's understanding of existence, forcing us to confront the unimaginable. What if we're not alone? What if they've been watching us all along? This is the story of first contact, a moment that will redefine life, death, and everything in between. From the quiet hum of an alien craft descending into our skies to the profound realization that we are but a single thread in an infinite cosmic tapestry, this journey will take you beyond fear, curiosity, and even hope. Witness how one encounter changes everything: our beliefs, our purpose, and our place in the universe. Could it be salvation or destruction, or something far more complex? Prepare for a narrative that transcends time, space, and imagination. This isn't just science fiction, it's a mirror held up to humanity itself. Are you ready to face what lies beyond? Subscribe now and dive into the mystery of alien revelation, the day humanity found its place. The night sky had always been a canvas of wonder, painted with countless stars that whispered secrets too distant for human ears to hear. For centuries, humanity gazed upward, dreaming of what might lie beyond the veil of Earth's atmosphere. But no dream could have prepared them for what came next. It began with a faint pulse, almost imperceptible against the background noise of the cosmos. Astronomers dismissed it at first, a glitch, interference, perhaps even wishful thinking. Yet as days turned into weeks, the signal grew stronger, clearer, until its pattern became undeniable. It was artificial, intelligent, alien. News spread like wildfire across the globe, sparking debates, fears, and wild speculation. Governments scrambled to respond while ordinary people looked to the heavens with equal parts awe and dread. The question on everyone's mind was simple yet monumental. Why now? Little did they know, this was only the beginning. As the signal intensified, scientists worked tirelessly to decode its meaning. Buried deep within layers of electromagnetic frequencies lay a message unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. At first glance, it appeared mathematical, a series of prime numbers arranged in sequences that defied randomness. But as researchers delved deeper, they uncovered something extraordinary: coordinates embedded within the transmission. These weren't random points in space. They pointed directly to a location on Earth, a remote desert in the southern hemisphere. Panic rippled through global leadership. Was this an invasion? A test? Or merely a beacon calling out to whoever would listen? Military forces mobilized, surrounding the area with caution bordering on paranoia. Meanwhile, civilians flooded social media with theories ranging from divine intervention to apocalyptic warnings. Amidst the chaos, one undeniable truth emerged. Humanity stood on the precipice of change, teetering between enlightenment and annihilation. When the day arrived, the world held its breath. Cameras captured every second as a shimmering distortion appeared above the designated coordinates, hovering silently amidst the barren landscape. The object defied physics, its edges blurred as though reality itself bent around it. Then, without warning, it descended, touching down with grace that belied its immense size. Those who witnessed it described a sensation akin to vertigo, as if their very perception of space and time had shifted. Inside command centers around the globe, leaders exchanged tense glances, unsure whether to approach or retreat. Curiosity won out. A team of scientists, protected by armed escorts, cautiously approached the vessel. As they neared, a section of the craft dissolved into light, revealing an opening. No weapons emerged, no hostile gestures, only silence. And then, stepping forward, came beings unlike anything imagined. Their forms were fluid, shifting between shapes that seemed both organic and mechanical, exuding an aura of ancient wisdom. Humanity's first face-to-face encounter with extraterrestrial life had begun. The reaction was immediate and visceral. Some recoiled in terror, others froze in awe, but all felt the weight of the moment pressing down upon them. The aliens moved with deliberate slowness, their actions radiating calm assurance rather than aggression. They communicated not through sound, but through waves of emotion projected directly into the minds of those present. Words failed to capture the experience. It was less language and more shared understanding, bypassing barriers of culture, language, and even species. The initial exchange revealed little about their intentions, focusing instead on establishing trust. They conveyed images of vast galaxies, intricate ecosystems, and civilizations thriving among the stars. It was overwhelming, beautiful, and terrifying all at once. Back in control rooms worldwide, analysts struggled to make sense of the data streaming in from the scene. Were these beings explorers, scientists, saviors, or conquerors biding their time? Despite lingering doubts, one thing became clear: humanity's place in the universe had irrevocably changed. In the days following the encounter, the ripple effects spread like wildfire. News outlets broadcast endless loops of footage showing the enigmatic visitors interacting with humans, their movements hypnotic and otherworldly. Social media exploded with interpretations, memes, and conspiracy theories, each more outlandish than the last. Religious leaders grappled with the implications, some hailing the event as proof of higher powers while others condemned it as heresy. Philosophers debated whether humanity should embrace this newfound connection or isolate itself from potential threats. Meanwhile, governments wrestled with how to handle the situation diplomatically. Secret meetings convened behind closed doors, strategizing responses to questions no one had answers to. Public sentiment swung wildly between euphoria and paranoia. Protests erupted in major cities, demanding transparency and accountability. Others gathered in peaceful vigils, celebrating what many saw as a new chapter in human history. Amidst the turmoil, one undeniable fact remained. The arrival of the aliens forced humanity to confront uncomfortable truths about itself, its divisions, insecurities, and longing for meaning in an indifferent universe. Over time, communication improved, though it remained imperfect. The aliens, dubbed the Shapers by researchers due to their apparent ability to manipulate matter and energy, shared fragments of knowledge that pushed the boundaries of human comprehension. Concepts like quantum entanglement, dark matter manipulation, and multidimensional physics became topics of study rather than abstract theories. Yet alongside these revelations came unsettling insights. Through mental projections, the Shapers hinted at civilizations long gone, wiped out by their own hubris or external forces. Images of dying planets, scorched landscapes, and abandoned cities flickered in the minds of those brave enough, or foolish enough, to engage deeply with the visitors. Humanity began to realize that survival in the cosmos required more than technological advancement. It demanded humility, cooperation, and foresight. This realization sparked introspection on a global scale. Nations tentatively set aside old rivalries, recognizing the futility of petty conflicts in the shadow of such cosmic stakes. Environmental movements gained unprecedented momentum as people understood the fragility of their home planet. Slowly, painfully, humanity started reshaping itself, not because it wanted to, but because it had no choice. Months passed, and the relationship between humans and the Shapers evolved from cautious observation to tentative collaboration. Laboratories around the world buzzed with activity as scientists attempted to replicate the technologies demonstrated by their alien counterparts. Devices capable of generating limitless clean energy, healing wounds at a cellular level, and even bending gravity itself became tantalizing possibilities. Yet progress was slow and fraught with challenges. Humanity's linear way of thinking clashed with the Shapers' holistic approach, leading to misunderstandings and setbacks. Still, small victories emerged. A breakthrough in sustainable agriculture saved millions from famine. Advances in medical research eradicated diseases once thought incurable. These achievements brought hope, but they also highlighted humanity's limitations. The Shapers never offered solutions outright. Instead, they guided humans toward discovering answers themselves, fostering growth rather than dependency. This methodical process frustrated some, who craved instant results, but it instilled resilience in others. People began to see themselves differently, not as masters of the earth, but as stewards entrusted with its care. Despite the strides made, skepticism persisted. Not everyone welcomed the Shapers with open arms. Fringe groups accused governments of conspiring with the aliens, claiming hidden agendas threatened human sovereignty. Others viewed the visitors as harbingers of doom, interpreting their presence as a precursor to enslavement or extermination. Acts of sabotage targeted research facilities, fueled by fear and misinformation. Even within scientific communities, dissent simmered. Some argued that reliance on alien technology risked eroding humanity's independence, turning it into a dependent species reliant on superior benefactors. Debates raged over ethics, morality, and the potential consequences of integrating alien advancements into human society. Meanwhile, religious institutions continued grappling with existential questions. If God created humanity in his image, what did it mean to share the universe with beings so fundamentally different? Amidst these tensions, stories of personal transformation began to emerge. Individuals touched directly by the Shapers spoke of profound shifts in perspective, describing a newfound appreciation for interconnectedness and unity. These narratives inspired pockets of resistance against fear-mongering, planting seeds of optimism in uncertain soil. As years unfolded, humanity adapted to coexistence with the Shapers. Cities transformed, incorporating alien-inspired architecture that blended seamlessly with natural surroundings. Public spaces hummed with energy derived from fusion reactors powered by principles once deemed impossible. Education systems underwent radical reforms, emphasizing creativity, problem-solving, and empathy over rote memorization. Children learned about the cosmos not as distant realms, but as extensions of their own backyard. Art flourished, reflecting a cultural renaissance driven by exposure to alien aesthetics and philosophies. Music took on ethereal qualities, blending traditional instruments with sounds generated by manipulating quantum fields. Visual art embraced abstraction, capturing the ineffable beauty of multidimensional perspectives. Literature explored themes of identity, purpose, and belonging, challenging readers to imagine lives beyond terrestrial constraints. Society as a whole became more inclusive, valuing diversity not just among humans, but across all forms of life. Prejudices based on race, gender, and nationality dwindled, replaced by a collective focus on shared goals and mutual respect. The Shapers, though still mysterious, became symbols of possibility rather than threat. Yet beneath the surface of progress lurked shadows of uncertainty. Questions lingered about the Shapers' ultimate motives. Why had they chosen Earth? What did they gain from aiding humanity? Speculation ranged from altruism to calculated investment, with some theorizing that Earth served as a testing ground for future endeavors. Efforts to probe deeper into their origins yielded frustratingly vague results. When asked directly, the Shapers responded with cryptic imagery, galaxies spiraling into black holes, civilizations rising and falling like tides, timelines branching infinitely. These visions hinted at cycles of creation and destruction, suggesting a grand design far beyond human comprehension. Such ambiguity bred unease. Could humanity truly trust beings whose thoughts operated on scales incomprehensible to mortal minds? Or was trust irrelevant when faced with entities operating outside conventional morality? Philosophers liken the situation to encountering gods, powerful, inscrutable, and ultimately unknowable. Despite these concerns, most chose to focus on tangible benefits rather than dwell on existential quandaries. Progress marched forward, albeit with a lingering sense of precariousness. Decades after first contact, humanity stood on the brink of interstellar travel. With guidance from the Shapers, engineers developed spacecraft capable of traversing vast distances using warp drives powered by exotic matter. Missions planned for nearby star systems promised untold discoveries, reigniting dreams of colonization and expansion. Yet alongside excitement came trepidation. Leaving Earth meant venturing into unknown territories, confronting dangers both physical and metaphysical. Would humanity repeat past mistakes, imposing its will upon fragile ecosystems? Could it resist the temptation to exploit resources rather than conserve them? These questions weighed heavily on decision-makers, prompting rigorous ethical frameworks governing off-world activities. Simultaneously, efforts intensified to preserve Earth itself. Climate restoration projects reversed decades of environmental damage, restoring balance to ecosystems ravaged by industrialization. Oceans teemed with life again, forests reclaimed lost territory, and skies cleared of pollution. Humanity learned to live lightly on its home planet, recognizing that stewardship extended beyond borders defined by politics or geography. The lesson was clear. Before reaching for the stars, one must secure the foundation beneath. The launch of the first interstellar mission marked a milestone in human history. Crowds gathered worldwide to watch the sleek vessel ascend into orbit, propelled by engines humming with alien-derived energy. Cheers erupted as it disappeared into the void, carrying representatives from diverse backgrounds united by a common goal: exploration. For months, transmissions streamed back to Earth, showcasing wonders beyond imagination. Planets with crystalline atmospheres refracting light into rainbows. Moons covered in bioluminescent flora pulsing rhythmically. Life forms defying classification, existing in symbiosis with environments harsh yet harmonious. Each discovery expanded humanity's understanding of life's resilience and adaptability. But amid the marvels lay reminders of fragility. Dead worlds bore scars of catastrophic events: supernovae, asteroid impacts, runaway greenhouse effects. These sites served as sobering warnings, reinforcing the importance of safeguarding Earth. As the mission progressed, crew members reported experiencing profound shifts in consciousness. Exposure to alien phenomena altered their perceptions, blurring lines between self and universe. Upon return, they struggled to articulate their experiences, describing feelings of interconnectedness transcending individuality. Their accounts sparked renewed interest in spiritual practices emphasizing unity and transcendence. Generations born after first contact knew no world without the Shapers. To them, aliens represented allies rather than anomalies, partners in humanity's ongoing quest for knowledge and growth. Schools taught lessons on interspecies cooperation, emphasizing shared responsibilities and maintaining cosmic equilibrium. Careers emerged centered around bridging gaps between human and alien cultures, fostering mutual understanding. Artists collaborated across species, creating works that transcended traditional definitions of art. Scientists pursued projects combining human ingenuity with alien innovation, unlocking mysteries previously thought unsolvable. Yet despite familiarity, reverence endured. Encounters with the Shapers remained transformative, leaving indelible marks on those fortunate enough to experience them. Stories circulated of individuals achieving breakthroughs after brief interactions, inspired by flashes of insight bestowed during moments of connection. Such tales reinforced the belief that humanity's evolution depended not solely on technological prowess but also on embracing broader perspectives. Slowly, humanity shed remnants of tribalism, adopting a mindset rooted in collective progress. Borders dissolved as nations merged into unified regions governed by principles of equality and sustainability. Wars became relics of a bygone era, replaced by collaborative efforts addressing challenges facing all sentient beings. Centuries later, humanity thrived as part of a galactic community. Earth served as a hub of innovation, attracting visitors from myriad worlds eager to learn and share. Trade routes spanned light years, exchanging goods, ideas, and philosophies. Festivals celebrated diversity, showcasing traditions from across the cosmos. Yet even amidst prosperity, questions lingered about humanity's role in the grand scheme of things. Were humans equals among peers, or beneficiaries of benevolent guidance? Did free will exist within a framework shaped by superior intellects? Answers remained elusive, prompting ongoing dialogue between species. Meanwhile, humanity continued pushing boundaries, exploring uncharted territories and uncovering secrets hidden since the dawn of time. Discoveries challenged preconceived notions, forcing constant reevaluation of beliefs and assumptions. Through it all, one truth remained steadfast: the universe was vast, wondrous, and full of possibilities. Humanity's journey had only just begun, its destiny intertwined with countless others navigating the same infinite expanse. And so, the story of humanity's first contact with the Shapers becomes a testament to resilience, curiosity, and the relentless pursuit of understanding. It serves as a reminder that growth often arises from discomfort, that fear can transform into courage, and that isolation gives way to connection. As humanity ventures further into the cosmos, carrying lessons learned from its celestial neighbors, it does so with gratitude for the chance to explore, to learn, and to belong. In the end, the encounter wasn't just about finding a place among the stars. It was about discovering a place within oneself. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed this tale of cosmic revelation, Don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking stories that challenge your imagination and expand your horizons. Until next time, keep looking up.